Hello, I'm Sally Taylor. Welcome to South Today. In tonight's programme, the price of protest. A health chief in Dorset says more legal action by campaigners is taking vital resources from the NHS.
Put in place effectively an appeal which will cost a considerable amount of money on the legal side again for the NHS and the wider public purse is disappointing.
They're wasting vital NHS resources with this legal fight. The concerns of a health chief tonight following news that campaigners are launching a new court challenge to halt reorganisation of hospital services in Dorset. The county's clinical commissioning group had been going ahead with the changes after winning a recent judicial review. The reorganisation was first suggested in early 2016 and immediately prompted public protests, particularly in Dorchester and Poole, where existing hospital services were to be downgraded. Plans for the changes were approved last September, but campaigners launched a judicial review to stop the changes, losing that fight a few weeks ago. The aim is for the new system to be completed by 2023. But that now faces a new challenge. Steve Humphreys in Dorchester tonight. Steve, we thought this was all over, didn't we?
Yeah, after that High Court ruling, Sally, NHS managers here thought they could get on with the job of reorganising hospitals right across Dorset. In fact, the judge at the original case said there was no compelling reason for an appeal. But now health campaigners say there is so much at stake, they want the issues re-examined.
Save Poole A&E.
Passions have been running high ever since the big reorganisation of hospital services in Dorset was first announced, and campaigners trying to stop the shake-up took their case all the way to the High Court in London. At the start of September, the court ruled firmly in favour of the county's clinical commissioning group. But now campaigners want to appeal against that decision, arguing the changes will put lives at risk.
We should not let them get on and make these changes because their own calculation shows 396 a year at potential harm. A Dorset A&E doctor says about 180 a year are likely to die. So as far as we're concerned, by fighting this, every month that we delay these changes, we save 15 lives.
But what about the costs of further legal action? Wouldn't that money be better spent on patient care?
Well, Dorset CCG have spent £3 million on McKinsey consultants trying to sell us these changes as enhancements. In fact, these changes are about their commitment to save £229 million a year.
For Dorset's clinical commissioning group, legal costs for the last court case came to around £100,000, plus their own staff's time. And they point out some of the campaigners' costs are being met through legal aid.
They're hugely passionate. I mean, they're still saying that what you're planning is putting people at risk, all those sorts of things. Do you have any sympathy at all for what they're trying to achieve?
I certainly understand that these are big changes, and we've spoken to a number of groups that have had concerns, and we've worked with those groups, and we have changed some of our recommendations around that. This particular campaign group has not done that. They've gone straight down the legal judicial review route, which I think is disappointing.
And the CCG says there has been thorough consultation.
The entire of the NHS in Dorset actually support these. These aren't decisions we've taken lightly at all.
NHS managers had been hoping to make all of the planned changes over the next 5 years. Well, the campaigners' lawyers will have to persuade the courts that there are good grounds for an appeal. The entire process could take several months to complete. From Dorchester, back to you, Sally.